For those of you that don't know, Antonio Subirats is a flat earther who fancies himself as a bit of an expert when it comes to all things flat earth. He's even gone as far as to write a book, which apparently contains a full working flat earth map. A couple of weeks ago he appeared on the Non Sequitur show when he debated channel friend Godless Engineer. I think it would be fair to say that he performed poorly.
Let's call it, I'm going to coin a phrase for it, a term, okay? I'm going to call it gravity and levity. Registered trademark, copyright Antonio Subirats. Gravity, like serious, down, and levity, light, up.
Well,
You know,
Antonio, this was great.
If you go on to watch the whole debate, you'll be quite dumbfounded to know how little Antonio actually understands. So imagine my sheer delight when I found a video of his that was even worse. Hello all and welcome to another episode of Flat Earth Friday with me, Simon Dan. Today's episode is brought to you by Rationality Rules' Debunked, a highly strategic card game of logic, reason and nonsense. If you like debunking videos like mine, as well as a good game of cards, then this will be right up your street. The aim of the game is to debunk fallacious arguments, like the ones we see all the time in the Flat Earth community, whilst preventing your opponents from doing the same. Maybe the Flat Earthers should have a little Inter-Flat Earth tournament. They'd learn a lot. Check out the info in the description if you want to see more details. Right, on with today's episode. Yes, the opening clip was from the Non Sequitur show where Antonio appeared. Please do go and check them out, they are great. However, Antonio streamed a video in the week where he has truly outdone himself. He really whets the appetite as well when he states in the chat that this will blow your minds. This will be
interesting.
So, the map, the book about the map that some people think doesn't exist, and that's just silliness, is about to come out. There are predictions made in the map, in the book, about what's going on in the world. It's one way of confirming that the map is correct.
It has now been released, and rest assured I'll be casting a very critical eye over that book.
This hangout is about one of the predictions. Okay, so I'm going to screen share. Come on, give me the screen. Here we are. Okay. TikTok for the globe. This is time and date.
Antonio doesn't have the best track record with timeanddate.com.
Can you see what it says there? Oh, sorry, that's the wrong voice for this. That says 22nd, not 23rd, 22nd. And this is, the September Equinox 2018 countdown from Time and Date.
Curious that even though you live in the UK, you'd use New York time. Nice try, Antonio.
Most of you know this program. It's free. It's a website, really. It's free, has data from all around the world. The data is correct.
This is rare that a flat earther would come out and say that an official website is completely correct. Let's bear that in mind as we continue.
Now, we're going to look at time zones, daylight saving time and daylight saving time at daylight saving and summertime, whatever you want to call it, okay?
Yes, daylight saving was an idea that was dreamt up in the early 1900s. The idea being that you can make the most out of the daylight that's available to you. Around 40% of the countries in the world move their clock forward 1 hour to take advantage of daylight saving, including here in the UK. It's why I was always late on the Sunday morning afterwards for my football game.
What we're going to do is we're going to go through a series of places. First, we're going to compare the United Kingdom and New Zealand, the opposite sides of this plane. We're going to see if things are consistent or if they're not consistent. We'll see to what degree they are consistent. And some of you will already know what's going to happen? Hey, Rolf. Okay, so here you are. This is the United Kingdom. You can see these clocks, and this is what happens. 29th of March, 25th of October. It's not always the same dates, okay? It might change by a day here and a day there, or 2 days here and 2 days there. But basically what happens is this. Clock goes forward, clock goes back.
So far so good. Indeed, here in the UK in spring we move our clocks forward 1 hour to British summertime, and then in the autumn we move our clocks back 1 hour to GMT, Greenwich Mean Time.
You see? So clock goes forward, clock goes back. I'll play it for you and you'll see it's really kind of simple. Okay, so clock goes forward, we move ahead an hour. And now if you look at the bottom, clock goes back. Really simple, you know, clock goes forward, clock goes back.
Ironically, Antonio likes to keep things simple because he thinks that us globalings struggle with simple concepts.
Makes perfect sense. That's the United Kingdom. Let's look at New Zealand. Same thing. Clock goes forward, clock goes back. It's the other way round because of outside of the circle. So first, clock goes back, then clock goes forward.
Outside of the circle? He means the Southern Hemisphere, of course.
But same thing. It goes from 1 hour to another, and from that other to the one. Back and forth. From 1 hour to another hour, from that another hour to the 1 hour. Back and forth, back and forth. That's England and New Zealand, okay? So, United Kingdom and New Zealand, if you look at the map here. Now we're going to look at Chile.
Brace yourselves for what is either a cosmic misunderstanding or intellectual dishonesty in its most obvious form.
This is not forward 1 hour, back 1 hour. This is back 1 hour, forward 2 hours. But
what was that, Antonio? Forward 2 hours? Before we let him hash this up any further, let's actually take a look at what he's saying. So in April in Chile, the daylight savings end and the clocks move back from midnight to 11 PM. That's 1 hour. And in October, daylight savings starts by moving forward 1 hour from midnight to 1 AM. 1 hour forward and 1 hour back. The difference in when they make that change is irrelevant. An hour is an hour.
Let's pretend it isn't. Let's pretend it isn't, okay? Look, here you have a segment of the pie, okay, between 2 hours, same at the bottom. So go here, segment of the pie between 2 hours, okay? And people might think, oh, it's because it's 12. Doesn't matter, we're still talking hours, hour forward, hour back. Here, well, 2 slices of the pie, okay? So that's Chile.
2 slices of the pie? Antonio, if this is in your book, I worry. I really do.
So let's go ahead in Chile and look across. Just go forward in the years and see what happens. Should be the same all the time, obviously. No discrepancy, nothing to see here. Okay? No discrepancy, nothing to see here. No, just that weirdness, but obviously it must be because it's between 12 and 1. Well, really it's between 11 and 1, but let's pretend that that's not important.
And there is no weirdness. It's 1 hour forward and 1 hour back. One doesn't happen immediately after the other. The change is 6 months later. They can move it forward between 4 and 5 in the afternoon if they want to. It makes no difference. 1 hour is 1 hour. Of course they don't, because they don't want to mess everyone's day up.
Let's look at Argentina. What the heck? 2004, no daylight saving. Let's go to 2003. No daylight saving. 2002. 2001. God, 2000. Oh, right here. 2000. Oh, same as Chile. Up 1 hour, forward 1 hour, back 2 hours. But let's pretend that's not happening, huh?
It's not. It's back 1 hour, forward 1 hour. Maybe your book should be called How to Misinterpret Clocks.
Okay, so 2000, the year 2000. Oh, the year 1999. Nothing. Can't be important. The year before that, no change whatsoever. Forget. It's okay. This year, agriculture and business, they don't need to worry about anything whatsoever. I'm scrolling back through the years. I'm now in 1994. Now I'm going to scroll forward again. Okay. So 1995, 1996, 1997, nothing. 1998, nothing. 1999. DST started on Sunday, 3rd of October, 1999. 0000. Clocks were not changed.
Sometimes a country decides it doesn't want to observe daylight saving, and Argentina hasn't done so since 2009. Shortly afterwards, Antonio tries to explain this discrepancy.
Okay, forward 1 hour, back 2 hours. Okay, so it's back from 1. But obviously here it says 12. Okay, it's from 1. The clock has gone forward to 1. The 1 doesn't become the new 12. Okay, clock leaps to 1 at 12 o'clock. Oh, it's 1 o'clock now. Okay, carry on. La 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 la. It's 1 o'clock now. La 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 la. It's 12 o'clock. Move it to 11.
But it doesn't happen straight away, Antonio. I am almost beside myself in disbelief that you cannot seem to grasp that each change is 1 hour only. He moves on to Alaska.
Now, we are checking Alaska. See how the arrow is pointing here? Well, this is actually Alaska, but it doesn't matter, okay, because there's a sliver of it over here, okay? And it doesn't quite matter where they point this arrow. It's just, just random. Okay, so Alaska. Hey, wait a second. Alaska's in the northern hemisphere. Shouldn't they do the same as England? Look.
No, they can make the change whenever they want, as long as it's 1 hour forward and 1 hour back. When the hour is moved, the whole clock shifts 1 hour forward. 12 AM becomes 1 AM, 5 PM becomes 6 PM, and so on. When they go back, the whole clock is shifted back 1 hour, so everything goes back to how it was before.
Okay, this is England. No, this is New Zealand, but same thing. See how in England they go back and forth? Slice of the pie, one slice of the pie in both clocks. Back and forth between those 2 hours. Now, where's Alaska? This is not that, is it? Can you see how this is not that? This is 2 slices of the pie, isn't it? It goes from 1 to 3. See? From 1 to 3.
Oh my days, I can't.
Oh, say the Globlings. And some flat earthers, okay?
No, we aren't saying that. We are either laughing or groaning. Just so we are all on the same page. Here is the UK again. And we'll work in Antonio's units of slices of pie, so even he gets it. Clock goes forward from 1 AM to 2 AM. That's 1 slice of pie. Then clock goes back from 2 AM to 1 AM. Also 1 slice of pie. Total, 2 slices of pie. Now, let's take a look at Chile again. Clock goes back from midnight to 11 PM, 1 slice of pie. Then clock goes forward from midnight to 1 AM, 1 slice of pie. Total, 2 slices of pie. The change is the same. Antonio spends another 5 minutes or so trying to prove his point, but I've had enough, so we'll wrap it up for today. And I have actually purchased one of Antonio's books, so expect a review very soon. Right, that means it's the end of another Flat Earth Friday. Thank you very, very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please do like and please do subscribe as well. I have been Simon Dan. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you all on Tuesday, where we find out how the Mid-Atlantic Ridge was really formed. See you all then.